Peace and love. It is Thursday, so as promised, I'm sharing with you my write it down response to the journal prompt, what does it mean to you to bloom? So this is my response to you. Let's go. You know what you gotta do now. Grab a pen, we about to write it down. You know what you gotta do now. Grab a pen, write it down. You know what does it mean to you to bloom? Naturally, when I hear the word bloom, I think of flowers. So naturally, I think about the process and the beauty of a sunflower or a rose. But I also fade to think about its struggle, environment, and all that may be unseen at the roots. Blooming. To me, bloom means that even when things don't seem to go as planned, there is still a beautiful outcome. To me, to bloom means to fall in love and enjoy the process. To bloom means to be intentional, not only about what seeds you want to plant, but how you care and water during the process. Not everything is always seen or heard or felt, but what I plant is for me. And depending on what stage you see me, you might not see the outcome, but I'm still and always blooming. I meditated on this prompt while taking a shower, and I had another thought. Side note, shower meditations, clutch. To bloom is to bloom over and over again. I was thinking about like attachment and that phrase, like this too shall pass, and just kind of thinking about how something that does bloom, there's a time that it will wither or fade, but it gives space to something else to bloom again. So to bloom is to bloom over and over again. That's what it means for me. So not being attached, appreciating the outcome when you are blooming, but not being so attached to it that as those petals fade or wither, that it's the end. You know, it's also meaning that it's the start of something new to bloom again. A flower that finally blooms is for a season. And as it will wither, the end of one thing is the beginning of something else. So I am continuously blooming. And it made me think about blooming with the aesthetic or outer appearance, but generally everything that's happening within myself in different ways that I'm blooming. So blooming to me also is like noticing where I broke a bad pattern that was causing me to have a certain action or outcome. I'm like, baby, you blooming. You growing. What does it mean to me to bloom? In short, to bloom over and over again. So that's my write it down response. Sunday, we will have a new prompt and continue this all over again. Thursday, hearing my response to the new prompt. So what does it mean to you to bloom? If you did not get a chance to write it down, you still have more time before we start the new prompt on Sunday. But, you know, spend some time writing, but until then, until the next video, peace and love. You gotta do now. Grab a pen, we about to write it down. You know what you gotta do now. Grab a pen, write it down.